So we'll be moving on to the second part, that is HOTS, right? Some typical sums, right? So before moving on to the sums, what we'll do is we'll go through the formulas, right? So the first formula is Q is equals to Ne, and we know what is Q, what is N, and what is E, right? Electric charge, number of electrons, and charge on one electron. W is equals to VQ, work done, voltage, potential difference, and electric charge. V is equals to IR, right? Then R is equal to rho L upon A, इसमें एक ही नया चीज, that is rho, which indicates that it is resistivity. And rest you already know, length, area, and resistance. Then this is the resistance in series का formula, that is summation of individual resistances. Then we have resistance in parallel का formula, that is summation of reciprocal of individual resistances. And finally we have electrical power, that is energy consumed upon time in hours. अगर मेरे को उसमें से energy, electrical energy find करना है, so I'll take time on the other side becomes multiplied. So when energy consumed is electrical power into time. Right. Now electricity में heating effect का भी sums थे, right? So we have formulas on heating effect. One is in calories, right? ये तीन फॉर्मूला तुमको पता ही है, that is H is equals to I square RT, H is V square T, and H is VIT. अगर डिवाइड बाय 4.18 नहीं किया, सो वी गेट द आंसर इन जूल्स एज मेंशन इन द नेक्स्ट सेकंड कॉलम. अगर इसी सेम फॉर्मूला को अगर मैं डिवाइड बाय 4.18 करूं, तो इट विल गिव मी इन कैलोरीज. सो मेनली वी पुट इट इन एसआई यूनिट्स. तो हम लोग 4.18 हम लोग लेते नहीं है मोस्टली. तो जस्ट रिमेंबर इट, जूल्स टू कैलोरीज करना रहेगा तो सिंपली डिवाइडेड बाय 4.18. सो वी नो हीट एनर्जी, और सिंपली यहाँ पे वर्क डन है. वी नो वर्क डन इज नथिंग बट एनर्जी. So we can say formula is I square RT, V square T upon R, VIT. Similar, the same is for work done, the same is for heat energy, right? And from this we can even derive power. We know power is work done upon time. मतलब ये जो work done का formula है उसको time से divide कर दूँ तो I'll get power. Simply what I'll do is I'll simply remove T here, right? Denominator में भी T है, numerator में भी T है, it gets cancelled. So we have I square R, TT cancels. Similarly, we have V square upon R. Similarly, we have VI over here. That is watt. So we have calories, joules, and power in terms of watt. That is WA TT. This is the formulas from current electricity. Now we have a sum over here. Again, we'll follow the same thing. Sum is displayed, so you can pause the video and you can start solving it. Right. Once you are finished solving it, then you can play it and the solution will be displayed. Pause the video. So here's the solution. First of all, if you see, इसमें we have two wires. एक वायर का लेंथ इज L, हम लोग कंसिडर कर सकते हैं लेंथ L. तो उसका एरिया हम लोग क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया कैपिटल A लेंगे. एंड फॉर दिस combination of length and area, we have resistance as 20 ohms. So we can write resistance R1 for the first wire, that is the initial original wire, that is rho L upon A. Since यहाँ पे दो वायर है, दोनों वायर का मटेरियल सेम है, तो रेजिस्टिविटी विल कम इनटू द पिक्चर. सो हेंस वी आर गोइंग टू टेक R1 is equals to rho L upon is 20 ohms. Second case में the wire is drawn out. You know what is drawing out a wire? मतलब we are pulling a wire. In this case, if I pull a wire, the length is increased to twice. मतलब length का क्या हो जाएगा? I am pulling this wire. I am pulling the wire, so the length will increase to 2L, but the cross sectional area is decreasing. Right? The length increases. If the length doubles, so the area will decrease by the same amount. So if the length is becomes double, that is 2L, तो area हो जाएगा half. Right? Remember, we are considering in this case area is half because यहाँ पे दिया है the wire is drawn or the wire is pulled. If the wire is cut into half, अगर दिया रहेगा क्वेश्चन है the wire is cut into half, that time the area will remain same, that is A. Since यहाँ पे the wire is pulled, if the wire का length increases while pulling, the area is gonna decrease. Remember that. If question में दिया रहेगा if it is cut, so you have to take the area same as it is, that is A. But in this case, since it is pulled or drawn, area decreases, length increases. So इसका हम लोग ने ले लिया R1, which is given the value is 20 ohms. I'll take the second wire, the new wire, as R2, which is again rho L upon A ही आएगा, लेकिन L की जगह पे क्या आ जाएगा 2L, A की जगह पे आ जाएगा A by 2, and this goes in the numerator, then it becomes 4 of rho L upon A. isn't it? And we know rho, what is rho L upon A? Rho L upon A is nothing but R1. So R1 is 20, right? So hence 4 into 20, that gives me, answer is 80 ohms. So that's how it is done. Remember this, area only becomes half if it is wire is pulled or it is stretched or it is drawn out. अगर wire को cut किया रहेगा तो remember the area should be same, that is A. So this is the sum. Next one. Here, read the question and you can pause it. Pause the video and start solving. So we go for the solution for this. Original resistance is 90 and we know resistance is proportional to length. The length decreases, resistance also decreases by the same amount. यहाँ पे the length decreases by 3 times. You know, 3 piece cut किया है. So if the length is 1/3, the resistance will be also 1/3. That is 90 का 1/3 is 30 and they are connected in parallel. तो आगे का तुम लोग को already आता है. That is 1 upon RP is 1 upon R1, 1 upon R2, 1 upon R3 का summation. So denominator is same, 3 upon 10, 1 upon 10. Reciprocal किया तो RP का आ जाएगा 10 ohms. That's how it is done. So only thing is the second and the third step. बाकी का तो easy है. We'll move on to the next sum. Yeah. All of you pause the video and try solving this. So wire resistance R is bent in a form of a closed circle. What is the resistance across the diameter of a circle? मतलब यहाँ पे wire है which is in the form of a circle here, right? Right. And we have been asked to find the resistance across the diameter here, right? So यहाँ पे how to solve this now? We have a wire, entire wire, उसका resistance एक R है, पूरा wire resistance R है, and we have to find the resistance across the diameter here. Can I say the diameter will act as a common point for upper part of the circle and the lower part of the circle, right? So now I can say, अगर the total resistance is R, so diameter is gonna, diameter will divide the circle into equal parts. So upper part का resistance हो जाएगा R/2, नीचे part का resistance हो जाएगा again R/2. So total R था तो इसका R/2 हो गया upper part, lower part is again R/2, and both the part of the wire is connected to common points. If you see, it's like this now. एक upper resistance और एक lower resistance. दोनों का common point over here. So we have a common point over here and here. So since both are in parallel, I can write 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2, which is nothing but R/2, right? This goes in the numerator because 2 upon R, 2 upon R. Then this calculation part is easy. R denominator में एक बार आएगा, ऊपर 4 हो जाएगा. Reciprocal किया तो R dash मिल जाएगा. So that's how it has to be, right? So this was one sum. I have the same sum of the same type, the next one. So you can try that out in the next part. So we move on to the next question. Yeah. Pause the video. Everyone, pause the video and start solving. So if a wire of resistance 5 ohms is given, so since again equal parts से divide करेगा diameter, तो upper part का half हो जाएगा of 5, that is 5/2. Lower part is also become half, that is 5/2. And across the diameter again common, connected to common points. So 5/2 ohms, 5/2 ohms will be in parallel, right? So as we know, 1 upon R is 1 upon R1, right? 1 upon R1 मतलब 1 upon 5/2. So it becomes 2 upon 5 then. So plus 2 upon 5 on calculating, you'll get the answer as 4 upon 5. Reciprocal किया तो 5/4 and answer is 1.25 ohms. So that's it. I guess it is clear now. Same type का sums exam में आया भी था शायद से. So it will be clear now. We'll move to the next one now. Everyone, pause the video and look at the question and start solving. Your time starts now. So now we have been given two bulbs, 60 watt bulb पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस 220, 100 watt बल्ब पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस 220, मतलब पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस दोनों का सेम है, लेकिन क्या सिर्फ उसका पावर चेंज हो रहा है. सो वी नो ये जो बल्ब का ग्लोइंग है, इट मेनली डिपेंड्स अपॉन रेजिस्टेंस, राइट. मोर द रेजिस्टेंस, मोर ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विल फेस. जितना ज्यादा ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन होगा, जितना ज्यादा रेजिस्टेंस होगा, उतना ज्यादा वायर ग्लो करेगा, उतना ज्यादा रेड हॉट होगा, और उतना ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, सॉरी, उतना ज्यादा हीट बाहर आएगा, इतना ज्यादा ग्लो होगा फिर, राइट. सिंपली ये टू अंडरस्टैंड फाइंड यहाँ पे किसका रेजिस्टेंस ज्यादा है. यहाँ पे मोर द रेजिस्टेंस, मोर द बल्ब विल ग्लो, मोर द बल्ब विल गिव आउट हीट. सो R इज V स्क्वायर अपॉन P. इफ यू सी द न्यूमरेटर का जो वैल्यू है, इट्स गोना रिमेन सेम, 220 220. So everything depends on the denominator. So hence it is divided by 60 divided by 100, and we know if we divide it by 60, the resistance will be more. Hence brighter will be the 60 watt ka bulb. So this was the next one. So we'll move to the next one then. State the rule that we are going to use if we know the current and the direction of magnetic field. Secondly, if we know the direction of motion and magnetic field, but we don't know the direction of magnetic field, it's very easy. कोई आंसर हो भी क्या रहेगा? I can simply say first one के लिए क्या आएगा? Simply I can use Fleming's left hand rule. Second के लिए I'll use Fleming's right hand rule. So if we know current direction and direction of the magnetic field, the force का direction can be given by Fleming's left hand rule to find the direction of motion. Similarly, direction of induced current find करने के लिए we'll use Fleming's right hand rule. Right? It was very easy. Move on to the next one. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, read the question. Pause the video here. आराम से सोचो, मेरे को आंसर दो. Pause the video, everyone. So we'll move to the solution. A charged particle enters at right angles to uniform magnetic field. You can see uniform magnetic field here is shown by parallel lines. And the charged particle, positive charge, is it a positive? No, we have to find is it positive or negative. Okay, fine. A charged particle actually goes through the magnetic field at right angle, right? So we know in this case क्या find करना है? What should be the nature of the charge? Whether the charge is positive की negative, right? तो लोग एक चीज ध्यान रखना है यहाँ पे, एक चीज याद रखना है एक्चुअली, यू नो, इफ द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द मोशन, किसका मोशन? चार्ज पार्टिकल का, आफ्टर इट कम्स अक्रॉस द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, नॉट बिफोर. पहले तो सीधा नीचे जा रहा है, वंस इट कम्स अक्रॉस द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, उसका डायरेक्शन और करंट का डायरेक्शन सेम हुआ, उसका डायरेक्शन और करंट डायरेक्शन सेम हुआ, so it's a positive charge. If the direction is opposite, it's a negative charge. In this case question में दिया है, what is the current direction? The current direction is coming vertically out of the page, मतलब it is coming towards you, मतलब the current direction is towards you. तो तुम लोग को find क्या करना है? In which direction is the motion of the particle? अगर motion of the particle भी if it is going to be towards you, तो can I say in this case motion और current direction same है, so इसलिए it will be a positive charge. अगर particle if it goes away from you towards the screen, so I can say it is opposite direction. I'll once again repeat here. ये जो particle once it comes across a magnetic field, it is given in the question, it is gonna come vertically out of the page, मतलब तुम लोग को screen से तुम लोग के तरफ आएगा, but it's gonna come towards you. So if I use Fleming's left hand rule, this is the magnetic field direction going towards right hand side, current direction is down. You can make the same, we can do the same with your left hand, and you can see ये जो thumb है, ये जो motion है, it is pointing towards you, means motion is pointing towards you and the current is also coming towards you, which means both are same, so hence we have a positive charge. Please remember this point over here. Motion and current direction same, positive. Motion and current direction opposite, it is negative. So that's how it can be. I guess it is clear here. Next, here, come on. ये ऑलरेडी किया हम लोग ने. Pause the video first. So now, if you apply Fleming's left hand rule here, we'll get the answer as that it is upwards. Magnetic field gonna go upwards. Positively charged particles is projected towards west. Make a north, south, east, west on your book and try it out. You will get the answer as D, that is upwards. Try this out. Next one. We'll move on to light, that is reflection and refractional concepts. Again, we'll start with the formulae. That's formula इसमें दो ही के easy भी है, right? We have lens का formula 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equals to 1 upon F, and V U F is image, object and focal length or similar distances. Magnification H2 upon H1 is equals to V upon U. This is for lenses. Mirror के लिए क्या change हो जाएगा? Mirror के लिए and we have power का formula, it is 1 upon F. Remember F is focal length. It should be in meters. So power will be in diopters. And refractive index of 2 with respect to 1 will it give me V1 upon V2. Refractive index of second medium with respect to 1 is V1 upon V2. Mirror के लिए minus becomes plus and यहाँ पे एक minus sign आ जाता है, change हो जाता है बस. That's it. That's the only change in the formula. If you remember the Cartesian conventions, U object distance is always on the left hand side, it's always negative रहता है, right? Object image distance can be positive, can be negative, depends upon where the image is formed. F focal length again positive or negative. Negative किसके लिए है? Concave के लिए. Positive किसके लिए है? Convex के लिए. H2 image height positive or negative again, right? But जो object height है H1, it will be always positive because object हमेशा left में आता है और हमेशा ऊपर रखते हैं हम लोग. So hence it's always positive. It's placed above the principal axis. This is for mirror. Same thing we have for what? Lens, right? The same thing we have for lens. Almost same. Nothing different in this. The same thing we have is for lenses. So these are the Cartesian conventions and the formulas. We'll move on to the sum. There are what 4 to 5 sums. Then we can stop actually, right? So yeah, read the question, pause the video here, and start solving. We can start with the solution. A concave mirror produces 3 times enlarged and real image. 3 times enlarged matlab the magnification is given, that is 3, isn't it? Right. Now when I say magnification is 3, since it forms a real image, we know m ka value is negative. If it's a virtual image, it is positive. So hence in this case 3 times enlarged, and since it's a real image, it is a real image is always inverted. The image ulta आएगा, इसलिए हमेशा minus आएगा तो. Right. And it is placed, an object is placed at 10 centimeter in front of it. So I can say ये जो m का value है, since a mirror formula is minus v upon u, इसमें से I can say u का value मालूम है, that is 10 over here, right? Minus minus cancels, so v is 3u, u is minus 10. If you see u is always negative, so v का value आ जाएगा minus 30. तो v का value मिल गया. Find क्या करना है actually अपने को? We have to find the actual value of focal length, and we know the mirror formula 1 upon v plus 1 upon u 1 upon f. v का वैल्यू मालूम है, u का वैल्यू मालूम है, दोनों को ऐड किया, I will get the value of f. On calculating you get the value of f as 7.5 centimeter. The sum doesn't end here, we have to actually draw the diagram, right? तो अपने को क्या क्या मालूम है? फोकल लेंथ मालूम है, ऑब्जेक्ट का डिस्टेंस मालूम है, इमेज का डिस्टेंस मालूम है. So we'll draw it. कॉनकेव मिरर बना लिया, फोकल लेंथ is 7.5, तो यहाँ से 7.5 पे f और वापस सेम डिस्टेंस पे c, that is 7.5 पे, मतलब टोटल मेक्स इट 15. ऑब्जेक्ट इज minus 10 लेफ्ट, मतलब दोनों के बीच में 7.5 15 के बीच में समवेयर. So hence if you go, it's intersect somewhere here. So this is the image form. The image का distance is what? Image का distance is 30. So यहाँ से you can simply mark it out. यहाँ से the distance is the 30 centimeter. So that's how. So this can be a 5-mark question, right? Sum as well as a diagram for it. Yeah. The next one now. a pretty interesting one. It's a very easy sum. ध्यान से सोच के आंसर करना है. चलो पॉज करो और सॉल्व करो. Pause and solve. So in this case, we have two mirrors, right? So we have to find such a criteria in which incident ray and reflected ray will become parallel to each other. It's only possible if both the mirrors are perpendicular to each other. Incident ray comes, hits, it goes again, the reflector again hit करके वापस जो आएगा, जो ये जो final reflected ray है और जो initial incident ray है, both will be parallel to each other. Both the mirrors should be perpendicular to each other in this case. Sure. The next one now. A pretty easy sum, just a quick revision. ध्यान से pause करो and solve करो फटाफट. Pause it and solve it. So in the question, absolute refractive index is given. Absolute means it's always with respect to vacuum. So hence, absolute refractive index is always speed of light in vacuum upon speed of light in glass or speed of light in water over here, जो भी दिया रहेगा. NGV, which indicates refractive index of glass with respect to vacuum, और simply हम लोग उसको absolute refractive index भी बोलते हैं. This formula is VV upon VG. इसमें से फाइंड करना है the speed of light in vacuum first. So glass, ये इसका वैल्यू मालूम है 4/3. Friends, on just cross multiplying the things or taking out on the other side, we'll get value of VV as 4/3, 10 2 10 to 8. 4 2 is 8, 8/3. It comes out to very close to 2 point something 9, 2 point very close. So hence it is approximated to 3 over here actually, I guess. So you can even take the actual value over here, it doesn't matter, right? So in this case, you have to calculate the speed of light in water for this. So same formula आएगा वापस, refractive index of water with respect to vacuum or the absolute refractive index, which VV upon VW. इसमें से I guess is I know the value of this, that refractive index for 3/2, right? इसका value 3/2 मालूम है. I know the value of this from here. So इसका value मेरे को मिल जाएगा फिर, just cross multiplying here and there. So get the value as 2 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. That's how it has to be done. Next one. So this is the last one. So once this is done, we are going to stop this. So read the question carefully. Pause the video, read the question carefully. Three rays are given: ray 1, ray 2, ray 3. Ray 1 is hitting the arbor at an angle which is greater than the critical angle. Ray 2 is less than critical angle. Ray 3 is perpendicular. I guess third wala to easy hai. Something goes perpendicular, it comes back perpendicular. Ya to, since it's for a mirror, actually it's acting as a lens, so it will go straight through it. What about ray 1? Total internal reflection concept. If the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, so then after this, once the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, there is no refraction. जो भी ray of light जा रहा है पूरा का पूरा reflect हो जाता है. That is total reflection. That's total internal reflection over here. So in this case, since ray 1 is hitting at greater than critical angle, there won't be any refraction for ray 1. मतलब जो भी ray of light जा रहा है, hit कर रहा है, थोड़ा भी refraction होगा क्या, थोड़ा भी अंदर आएगा क्या, बबल के अंदर नहीं. All the ray will go out. It's gonna go out. For ray 3 we know it's gonna go straight, but for ray 2 it's gonna refract. It's gonna go, it's refract actually. So refraction hoga wo. That's how it has to be done. Fine. So hence we are done for this, right? I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you and all the best for the exams.